All right, boys, we are here at break number 480. It is a Topps mixer, and let me make sure the mic's working. Oh, as I pull that with me by accident. Okay, the mic is 100% working. How's everybody doing tonight? We have the team list on the left, overhead cameras up right hand corner. It is an 8 boxer, and I have to go get 2 silver packs. Hold on. It is an 8 boxer and 2 silver packs for Topps Chrome. We'll see if I grab good ones or bad ones. Who knows? All right. How's everyone doing? We got my man, Cal Ripken Jr. here. Project 2020. Ben Baller did the card. Charm City Edition. Give him a nice rub on the boxes. I was going to say it is... It is going to be 2 boxes of 2022 Topps Museum Collection, 2 boxes of Logo Fractors, 2 boxes of Topps Chrome Hobby, and 2 boxes of Tier 1. We're going to start off with some Topps Chrome Hobby. We gave Cal a nice rub on everything. We'll move the Logo Fractors over here, 2 silver packs over here, the Tier 1, move the Museum Collection out of the way. Put 1 box of Hobby over there. We'll start with a Hobby box. And I was going to say, we have a bunch of other breaks that are up and open. Whether it's Bowman, we have Bowman Sterling, I think, has a few teams left. Got a couple football breaks up, a basketball break up. So essentially, I guess I can kind of explain how the card industry works on the back end when it comes to distributors and whatnot. So essentially, on release day, distributor comes to me and says, hey, normally I go to them. Or they come to me, it is what it is. They let you get so much of a product based off of how much allocation you have. Well, being that my GTS account is new, there's no allocation. The way you build up an allocation is you buy stuff at the rebuy price. So the rebuy price is essentially you pay something, I don't know, like typically, let's say right now Topps Chrome is selling for $200. I'm just using an example. I don't even know what Topps Chrome Hobbies are selling. I think it's about $200, right, with the silver packs. Let's say they'll sell it at $175, so there's a $25 profit margin in the product. So if I buy a case at $175, that case at $175, which ends up being a little bit under $2,400, goes towards my account for allocation for all Topps products in the next, when they start to get allocated. So anytime it needs to be ordered. Now some of the Topps stuff needs ordered like 6 months in advance, right? So that works the same way for football and basketball. So every basketball or football product I purchase from them goes towards an allocation number because it's based off of like football or basketball. That's why I started buying basketball stuff as well, because obviously I'll need it for the store when it opens. But in general, basketball sells well. It has some big cards in it. Maybe not the best in the group, but the way it works is essentially... for instance, the basketball Spectra boxes were allocated at like $350. Well, they retail at $1,100. The rebuy price was almost $1,000, I believe. I think it was a little bit under $1,000. But if I get allocation, like I told people before when they asked me about it, I'll run a break for way less than what the retail price is. You just have to get there. But if we don't break football and basketball and baseball consistently, like I'm not going to have anything allocated, which is fine. I mean, I'm fine breaking it the way it is. I'm not here. Like, obviously, I started a company, but I mean, I've been breaking this way with very little profit or profit margin since the beginning because I haven't had an account with anybody to really work towards an allocation. So, I mean, I'm just letting you guys know why I've been pushing a lot more product and everything else while I'm opening this, so I'm not just mouth breathing into the microphone. But I hope everybody's had a good week so far on Hump Day. Update comes out Friday. Today there was obviously Panini Black, which I love. Everyone's interested. Run a full case break, and then we get 8 people in the damn football break. That's always fun. So to say, update comes out Friday. Panini Chronicles Baseball comes out Friday. Today was Select Basketball, which I do have a half a case if anybody wants personals of it. I'm not going to even bother trying to put up a break. Oh, I know, Nick. I know it's selling. It's by far selling the best, but I can only lead a horse to water. I can't make anybody drink. I was gonna say I'm running a Bowman draft break right now that costs literally it's $50 above what it costs to buy all 4 boxes. Probably the same price if you got to pay tax. I was gonna say if I'm being honest. So it is what it is. I mean, I can only do so much. We have Casey Mize to start us off. Jared Kelnick. Yordan Alvarez, Yu Darvish, Ryan McMahon, Trent Grisham, John Lester on the Prism, Eli Morgan, Tony Centellion, Hoy Park, Mike Trout on the Refractor, Vidal Brujan, Ian Happ. We have our first autograph, and it's going to be Anthony Bender for the Marlins. We see way too much of this man. Way too much of this man. And then for anybody that's been curious about shipping, everything that's been broken other than this break will be shipped out tonight. Well, it'll be dropped off tomorrow morning, but everything is pretty much ready to go now. I will send out tracking to everybody. If you haven't received anything, it'll be in this shipment. We got Albert Pujols, Ryan Mountcastle, Jacob deGrom, Joey Votto, and Nelson Cruz. And I appreciate you guys being relatively patient. There's been a few people that have been a little impatient, but you guys have had a reason to be impatient. I mean, it has been a little bit for some breaks. We got Zach Thompson, and then we'll get the shipping back to weekly, or hopefully bi-weekly. If we break enough, I'll do bi-weekly shipping. We got Ryan Zimmerman, Alek Manoah, Whit Merrifield, Kyle Lewis, Rodolfo Castro, Tristan McKenzie on the Prism Refractor, Nick Castellanos, Paul Goldschmidt, Altuve, Aaron Judge on the Refractor. Got Curtis Terry, Zach Wheeler. We're going to have Luis Garcia. And, man, we've seen a lot of Pistol Pete Alonso. I know he's not Pistol Pete. It's Maravich. But that's all I think about when I see Pistol Pete. We got a 20 out of 99 on the insert autograph going to the Mets. And John Albrecht on the Alonso out of 99. We're going to have Max Scherzer, Kiner Falefa, Jake Berger, Jacob deGrom, Brandon Marsh, Jared Walsh, Mookie Betts, Chris Sale, Bo Bichette, Ozzy Albies. I have Max Kepler. We're going to have a green wave on the Roansy Contreras. 1 out of 99 going to John Cullison and the Pirates. I actually do have something that I got in today that I was going to put in breaks if the basketball Spectra filled, but, you know, unfortunately it hasn't really moved. But I have some 2019 and 2020 what was I gonna say? Obsidian basketball that I would probably do personals for less. I mean, I would do personals for less than what it retails for other places because I got a good deal on it. We got Byron Buxton, Alex Verdugo, Garrett Cole, and that is John Morant, Tyler Hero, and Zion Williamson's rookie year. We got Jackson Kowar on the Prism, John Means, Tim Anderson, Nick Madrigal on the Cubs Future Stars, Yadier Molina, Pete Alonso, Gavin Sheets, JT Realmuto, Matt Olson, Connor Wong, Jesse Winker, Max Kranick, Wander Franco on 1987, and Trey Ambergy. Franco going to the Rays. Got Lars Nootbaar, Juan Soto, Chase McCormick on the Refractor, Hendricks, Machado, Bieber, Dahlbeck on the Future Stars, Rodolfo Castro, Guerrero Jr., Seth Beer, Yadier Molina, Harrison Bader, Carson Kelly, Bellinger, Trevor Story on the Prism, Myers, Randy Arozarena, Aaron Judge, Corbin Burns, and Brandon Belt. But for Friday, I'm going to try to have at least 2 cases of Update Jumbo the day of release. I'm hoping If not, I'll probably have them Monday, some extra cases Monday. But I'm going to try to have 2 cases, try to get maybe 5 or 6 cases total to start. We got Tucker. I'm assuming we'll break it a case at a time and fill it relatively fast. The thing's loaded. We got Cal Raleigh, Carlos Santana, Willie Castro, Sonny Gray. I'm not shipping any base veteran cards, though. We got Andrew McCutcheon. If somebody really wants them, you can talk to me and I'll ship them to you. We got Jose Abreu, Blake Snell, got Brian Hayes, Pete Alonso. But we're doing case breaks of that. That's way too much sorting. Freddie Freeman and Trevor Story for what the base veterans are worth, if that makes sense. Because they're not, I mean, they're not really worth the paper they're printed on normally, unless you're trying to build a set. Let's do a tier 1 just to mix it up, and then we'll go back to the Topps Chrome. Good luck on this tier 1. 3 cards, 2 autos, 1 memorabilia. We've had a one that has had 4. We've got a couple that have had 4 cards in it. Oh, I think there's 5 teams left, and I lowered the price on all of them, so that's another confusion. I mean, I know Tom kind of big dick energied it the one night, but I really thought that one would still fill, but maybe not as fast because he didn't take a bunch of teams. We got 9 out of 399. I expected it to snap fill in 2 hours because of how many teams Tom took, but I did expect it to fill. A lot of the big teams with a lot of good prospects is left in there, but I also understand there's a lot of stuff going on with the economy. Diesel's like ridiculously high, so like I understand why stuff isn't filling. I know it's not a me thing or that you guys don't want to get in stuff. It's 9 out of 399 Julio Urias, which is why I don't push like what. Like, if it's coming off that I'm being, like, pushy or whatever, I'm not trying to come off that way at all. I'm just trying to expand in a time where the economy's dog shit, which sucks. Then we're going to have a 65 out of 299 Sammy Long going to the Giants. The Giants are Austin Fishbach. Nice little Sammy Long. And then we're going to have a dope Guardians card here. We're going to have a 2 out of 10 Jose Ramirez, and I think that's a batting glove. Gripping, yep, it's a batting glove of Jose Ramirez. Going to the Guardians and Mitch Schwagman, which is a dope hit. Looks like it's used too. It's not from any specific game or season. It could just be a BP glove, but it's still used, which is sick. I think there's 5 teams left. You have to go look. But a nice Jose Ramirez, one of the best third basemen, if not the best. He's not the best third baseman because Nolan Arenado exists. But top 3 for sure. We always write him off like he's not a... Man, now that I think about it, like I gotta have that argument with Mike McGarity. He might be better than Nolan Arenado all around. Like Arenado is definitely a way plus defender than Jose Ramirez, but Jose Ramirez sticks it a little bit better than he does. And he's faster. Jose Ramirez will get you 30 or 20. No, not Machado. Machado's not the best third baseman. He's number 3. Number 3. Yeah, it's all the big teams are left. That's the only problem. I mean, I can run a mini, but it's or a filler or whatever you want to call it, a donation. Someone called it spot donation. I don't know, but I mean, if you want, like, we could run one, but it's gonna be expensive unless it's like 20 spots. I mean, I can't even get the Bowman draft to fill a mini, and that has you got a chance to get Zach Veen. First Bowman, which are going to be flying off the shelf next year when he mashes. Plus, you have Nick Gonzalez and Austin Hendrick are both going to be in the big leagues next year that are in that mini alone, and I'm surprised that didn't get any traction. I'm going to really try to push that Bowman draft tomorrow, but man, I don't get it. I don't know if it's people aren't seeing it, don't have the right people in the group. I will put up a mixer tomorrow that has some luminaries in it. If anybody wants a personal Luminaries, it's a single card in a single box. I was thinking about doing a hit draft, but I didn't know if anybody would be interested in that. Doing like a half case hit draft of Luminaries. I mean, I'd do the whole case hit draft. Though you just have to get 12 people that are willing to pay $350. I'd be down for the cause. Or a couple people that want to buy a couple spots. But hit draft, I mean, no matter what, you're getting an autograph card. But if you get lucky, you get to pick the best card out of the case for the same price as a box. I mean, you can go for it, man. You can. I'm never gonna tell you not to be able to share my group. You can share my group with anybody. I mean, don't share with like neo-Nazis or like racists or something. But yeah, you can share with whoever you want, man. We got Matt Olson, Verdugo, Tim Anderson, Mike Trout, Trevor Rogers, Lourdes Gurriel, Jared Walsh, Curtis Terry, Alex Kirilloff, Pavin Smith, Eloy Jimenez on the Prism Refractor, Max Scherzer, Francisco Lindor, Cedric Mullins, Vidal Brujan on the Refractor, Marsh, Lucas Gill. I have Jarren Duran, Angel Zerpa going to the Royals. That goes for anybody. You can share the group wherever you want. I mean, I'm not going to get... If someone tries to give me flack or give you flack for sharing my group, you let me know. I'll handle them. I'll handle them at the Topps convention. Bring in my Antifa. I don't know about that one. I was going to say... we got Bo Bichette. I'll handle them at the Topps conference. Jack Flaherty, Wilson Contreras, Brandon Marsh. Come out there with some boxing gloves, start boxing people. We got Trey Turner, Shane Bays, Jose Siri, Albert Pujols. I gotta be careful what I say because I got flagged the other night for saying something. I don't know. Ketel Marte, Realmuto. Somebody must have reported me. We got Tim Anderson, Kyle Schwarber, Alek Manoah, Max Kranick, Gavin Sheets, Nelson Cruz, Brian De La Cruz, Lars Nootbaar, Jesse Winker. We have Reaver San Martin and Tyler Gilbert. Why they let Reaver sign a bunch of cards, I got no clue. I mean, if you want to share it on your OnlyFans, it's kind of a little goofy, but hope it's like a video game OnlyFans. Got Yordan Alvarez, Jake Cronenworth, Joey Votto, Byron Buxton, Casey Mize, Jared Kelenic, Whit Merrifield on the Refractor, John Means, Ryan McMahon, Grisham, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Pete Alonso, Tony Centellion. Have Hoy Park, Bo Bichette on the Prism Refractor, Connor Wong, Ian Happ, Giancarlo Stanton and Jake Cronenworth, Trey Ambury, Ryan Zimmerman, Ryan Mountcastle, have DeGrom Hendricks, Seth Beer, Zach Thompson, Jose Abreu, Yu Darvish, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Jonathan India, John Gray, Eli Morgan, Christian Yelich. We have Keibert Ruiz, and we're going to have an orange wave, Anthony Rendon, 24 out of 25. Man, we put a lot of orange out of these boxes. It's kind of crazy. Oh boy. Who was it, Austin? Who'd you shout me out with? We got Brandon Crawford, Adolis Garcia, Austin Riley, Jeff McNeil, Charlie Blackmon, Reed Detmers, Andre Jackson. Yo, I bet you John probably got some busted ass feet too. He does like landscaping, like custom landscaping. We got Corey Seager, Brian Reynolds. I mean, I don't want to know. I'm not into that stuff. But we got Drew Ellis, Jesus Luzardo, Hernandez, India, Garrett Cole, Wander Franco, Shohei Ohtani, Justin Turner, Ozzy Albies, Max Kepler, Wander Franco, and Josh Lowe. I just love when the really big groups, like someone asks, like, where do you break at? And the really big groups come out of nowhere, like, you should break with us. Like, bro, like, okay. The groups that are big got big for a reason. whether it was because they're superior, they have a lot of product, whatever the exact reason is, I'll let you know in some of these bigger groups, if you're not like super fast, you're never getting your team. Like, you might be able to get one of the lower teams that nobody really wants, but any of the good teams, like if you're trying to collect the Mariners or even like the White Sox in some of these big groups, like if it's has some White Sox fans, like you're never getting your team. Like I would say in here, other than maybe like Camden's been really fast with the Cardinals, and I know John Cullison's really fast with some of the bigger teams, but for the most part, you have a chance to get a team if you collect a certain team. We'll do this tier 1. At least every once in a while, you got a chance. And if we really got that big, I would probably limit in the first 5 minutes you could only claim one team so it got spread around a little bit. But, man, like you get in some of these groups, man. I'm not going to name names of the groups, but it's impossible to get a team that you want. Dudes are like vultures. Oh, yeah, that post. Now I'm going to have to go back and look, Austin. We got 196 out of 299. Bro, I'm not going to lie. I've just seen the card that's behind this, and I really thought that they didn't sign it. When we look at it, you guys are going to be like, off the angle, I was like, oh no, they did not sign the card, and it's a nice card. We're going to have Yadier Molina, 196 out of 299. Next card we have is going to be Ian Anderson, tier 1. Now, you look at this card at first. I mean, obviously, it's not at an angle. But I'm looking at it at like an angle like this, and it looked like he didn't sign because it's silver ink. Hey, man, no comment about people saying, oh, I'd break it at this price. Look, I'm going to let you know right now, like I just said. The Select Basketball that came out was probably allocated like $280. So anybody saying they're doing you a huge favor and they're breaking it at like cost and way cheaper than everybody else, they're raking in dough. And I'm not against it. I'm not ever against anybody making money. I'm just letting you know what the reality is. There was a breaker last year that said, oh, I'm breaking Spectra Basketball at the best price on the internet, which he was. But he was also had 2 cases allocated. And then he broke both cases at I think $1,100 a box. Because last year was like $1,400 for Spectra, $1,150. The product was allocated at $268. Times that by 12. What are you making? You're making almost 20 grand on 2 case breaks of Spectra. But you hooking everybody up. Got Carlos Delgado here for the Blue Jays. 179 out of 299. You got dudes there's guys that spend thousands of dollars, and nobody ever even talks to them, really gives 2 shits about them being in their group. Like, that's a regular thing, I'm sure, for the big groups, that they just don't care because everyone's just a number. It's like the military. I just can't openly state what groups I think do that stuff because I'm going to end up getting canceled. Someone's a snitch on me because they all butthurt, and I'm going to have to fucking beat somebody up. I'm not actually going to beat anybody up, Facebook. It's a proverbial speech. That's what I got in trouble for. I was joking about kneecapping somebody on a video, and I shit you not, I got a flag saying I can't talk about violence. You know this logo fractor? Bruh, yes. Nick, I'll show you something afterwards. We'll have a talk afterwards. There has not been any good brazier. Let me get these base packs open for logo fractors. And I'm not against it. My big issue is, too, some of the big groups saying they're small businesses. If you're grossing over a couple $1 million a year, you're probably not a small business. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know what everybody's ideal of a small business is. Oh, Ian Anderson, my bad. Yeah, there is a good Brave, actually. There's an Ian Anderson out of 10. 5 out of 10. We got Zimmerman, Mountcastle, Mancini, Donaldson, Marte, Guerrero Jr., Seth Beer, Thompson, Wells, Larnack, Kelly, Bellinger, Robert, Chapman, Martinez, Raleigh, Santana, Arozarena, Moncada. Alright, I think we are now officially back. I don't know what just happened. Look, I'm live on YouTube, so can you guys hear me or no? Look, I'm gonna restart the stream.